Just a really good win over a very good opponent, NCAA tournament team. Lots of veterans, high expectations, well coached. Those are good guys over there on the other side. We see them a lot and know them well. Just a really good basketball team. I appreciate how they play and watching all their games on tape. And we knew at halftime, we got off to a great start, obviously, but they missed some shots. I mean, they're a good shooting team. They missed some shots, but I at least thought we were there to contest. They came right out in the second half, just like you knew a veteran good team would, came right at us. I think that they expended a lot of energy having to do that, and we wanted to keep running it at them, pushing it at them. So very pleased with the guys that came off the bench, ready to go. We were without C. Will tonight. Jake tried it. He's been a little sick, but he tried to go tonight, and he just felt like D and Kobe would be better. So he told us at halftime. So a lot of good contributions. It's kind of what the staff envisioned. We think, Cams and Bronsons and Kobe's and D. Washington's off the bench. We got a lot of starters over there, and we think that's the kind of team we should have.
Greg, it was a roller coaster, right? A lot of high highs and then a few low lows when they got to the game. What do you think ultimately kind of smoothed you guys out?
Basketball's a game. Basketball's a game of runs, and you want to keep their good ones to a limit. You and I have talked about it a lot of times, and again, that's a good basketball team. You're not gonna the way they can shoot it. They're never out of it, and they fight and they play good team defense. I just think that we're fairly difficult to guard, and if we can start defending a little bit, we just haven't this year. We haven't done it. It's not like we're not working on it. It's not like we're not. The guys aren't trying. But you're blending in some freshmen with some other guys, and we got to think that the defensive end is going to be the difference in our season. We got to put a lot more focus into that. But it is a game of runs, and I thought we had many more than they did.
Speaking of freshman, Trey Williams had a solid game for you, several buckets when it was close in the second half. Talk about the way he's improving for you.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good basketball player, and he's just about the right stuff. He's such a great kid, and you can see it when he makes a mistake or I say something to him. He gets his dauber down a little bit, but we wanted to go to him. They let you play one-on-one in the post, and we thought we had a little advantage there with our guys. You could see in the second half we kind of went to them. So Trey was terrific on that, and so was Bronson. When Bronson was in there, we went to him in the second half, and those guys were a big difference.
They were struggling in the first 10 minutes of the game. They did miss some shots, but that was probably the best stretch of defense you had because you were rushing. The pressure on the perimeter was rushing them into some bad shots.
Yeah.
How does the team stay with that? Because they tend to start relatively well defensively, and then it kind of drops off a little bit.
Yeah.
How do they stick with it?
You like the result. I mean, if you're going to guard like that, we can beat anybody. There's no question. They missed shots, but in the first half, we didn't give them uncontested ones. In the second half, they got some, whether our lack of communication or just their good play, they got some uncontested ones. I think they got one of them in the first half with us, our lack of communication in transition. But, it's a belief. It's a commitment. It's a want to. Guarding people and defending isn't easy because just like they didn't score for a while, they were still fighting us. They were still guarding and allowed them to get back in the game. That's what good teams do, and if we want to have a chance to be a good team, that's what we'll do.
So you started off rough at the beginning of the season, but you guys have been on the run lately. What strategies have you used to, keep your team looking at the
Just stay positive. You get a lot of negativity. There's no question, and it's not just media. It's your fans, and I really think the only time all of us were disappointed was how we performed at Ball State in a great venue against an in-state rival. We just didn't compete. And we didn't deserve to win, and we deserved what we got in that game. But I think the other games we've played hard. We've fought. Even the last game, we fought pretty hard. We just haven't played as well as we need to. These are guys that still have a lot of potential, and if they commit to each other and buy into everything, then we're going to have a chance to continue to improve. So we had a tough schedule. We had a tough schedule, and that's my fault. We knew what we had to deal with here, but I challenged them. Going to Dayton, going to Louisville to start the year, that's not the smartest thing in the world for a coach maybe in my position, but we wanted to challenge them, and we know that the biggest thing is being ready to go when the Valley season starts.
Greg, we know Tyreek has a lot of weapons at his disposal, but you imagine he'd be shooting in the mid-90s at the free throw line? I mean, what kind of advantage does that give your team? I mean, obviously it gives you a huge one, but when he knows that the other team knows that they can't foul him and he can be aggressive, what
Well,
does that do to
great shoot. A sign of a great shooter is 40 plus from 3, 50 plus from 2, and 90 plus from the free throw line, and that's what he is, and that's what he wants to be. And the amount of time he puts in on shooting, he should be like that. And he didn't shoot. He always rushes a little bit. And that last one he missed, he was above the top of the key by the time the thing hit that rim. The ball hit the rim. So I never. Every time he lets it go, I think it's going in.
Coach, number 1,500 for the program. You're part of 1,400, 1,500. Just to reach that milestone, how nice is that?
That's great. That's great. I don't know if that's a lot compared to across the board. Ace would probably have to tell me, but Indiana State basketball has got a lot of tradition, and I'm honored to be a part of it. It's not always easy to win. The other opponents are trying too, but that's a lot of victories. It's a great community and a great basketball school, so just proud to be a part of it.
Greg, I apologize if we missed it, but what is keeping Christian out right now?
Oh, it's not his hit. It's not the injury that he had surgery on. It's just an inflammation in the hip, some soreness, a stiffness, and those guys got to be. I mean, Connors is such a great trainer. It's just like Jake at halftime. Those guys have to be honest. You have other good players that can help us, but you don't want to go in there and hurt us. And those guys made mature decisions to say, hey, those other guys can give us more than what I can.
What you said in your last press conference, that inconsistency is a problem. How do you keep your team consistent when they're on a run like that?
You just keep banging it out in practice, and keep demanding it of them. They have to demand it. Our biggest thing is they have to demand it of each other. They have to hold each other accountable. It's got to be a player-coach team. I mean, you'll hear me say that a ton, and they got to do it. We're giving them the tools. Our assistants do an unbelievable job of preparing them with the scouts, just like Kareem did tonight. Consistency and discipline wins games, so that's what we got to be.